love the way this feels, yes, but it's just,
It's not my house, it's hers.
this just
It's
looks,
not my house,
looks
it's
like
hers.
granite to me.
It's not my house, it's hers. I'll just have to keep telling myself that. Good morning. I am getting dressed to go pick up Mom. Got earrings in this drawer. And this earring, I just laid it right here. It fell out of it. The back's gone. I don't know. I never take these off, the little studs. I never take them off. So I'm glad it came off while I'm sitting here and not in the bed or something, because then I have to look for it. I'm going to pick up Mom, and we're going to go. Well, I have to go. I told her last night. I said I have to go to the vet and pick up Jensen's flea peel. And she said, "Oh, I'm glad you said that, because she needs one for, I don't know which one of their dogs. It's time for his flea peel." Anyway, I think I don't look as tired today. I don't know. I felt like my eyes looked so tired yesterday. I tried to perk my eyes up. I told my eyes this morning, perk up, perk up. I don't want to look. I was putting my makeup on earlier, and I was thinking about a movie, and I can't remember what movie it is. But it's Cameron Diaz, and she is saying something like, it's kind of like men and women. She's talking about men and women and something, but she says, and we just start looking haggard. We're just haggard. I don't know. I can't remember what. And I'm thinking, oh yes. And that popped in my head, because I'm thinking, I kind of look haggard. I don't want to look haggard. Anyway, then after we get their flea peels, we're going to stop at Home Depot, and Mom has pretty much, I think, made her mind up on a floor. But we're going to look, and I told her, no matter what, since we're not buying the whole house floor right now, we're buying laundry room, bathroom. That's the flooring we're buying right now. I said, we've got to make sure it is a floor they keep in stock. And now we would never wait a year before we start to do another piece of floor. But I do know that... What? Okay, in a minute. I do know that Tony, now it's been a long time, but he bought flooring for enough for that far end room, and working their way, they were going to work their way out of that room and down the hallway and into the living room, and then there was a bathroom and a bedroom off that same hallway. He got enough on that payday, and we're talking about years ago, but he got enough on that payday at Home Depot. It was the laminate click, the little 3-foot pieces, you click them together. He came out of the bedroom, and he didn't know how to get down the hallway. And I said, you just keep going. So I had to go over and show him, and I brought 2 sticks out into the hallway and showed him. I said, now you'll cut this one. He never did another thing. I guess I probably needed to go ahead and do them cut ones for him, because this was all new to him. Any kind of home improvement is new to Tony. He lived with me all his life, but he didn't pick up any of them skills. He grew up in my house, and he didn't pick up any home improvement skills. Poor baby. But the thing was, he never went back and got more to finish. He went 2 or 3, and he had like a box left, or half a box. He could have gone at least a couple of feet out into the hallway, and then eventually kept going, but he never went back and got more. And when he went back to get more, it had been months, and it was not a product they carried anymore. So I said, Tony, you're going to have to find something that's that same brand, and unless you want to start completely over and pull all that up in that floor, we can cut it at the floor, we can cut it at the door and put a threshold in, and then you start with something new, and that will just be the only room that looks like that color. Or if you want to be kind of artsy, you can just get that same brand with the same thickness and just start feathering it in with what you already have, and you'll just kind of start going with another color. But he's never made his mind up on what he's done. But that's what I was going to make sure Mom... What, baby?
don't come home without my drink.
Don't come home without a drink.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't come home without a drink.
Near Coca-Cola there.
You want a Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Okay.
And chocolate pudding soup.
I'm not going into Walmart.
I need that.
Oh, you want me to get it at the checkout at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an ask for it.
That's ridiculous that he knows what snacks are at the checkout at Home Depot. Okay. Anyway, so I told her, so we want to make sure that they're going to have it in 2 weeks, or whatever the time. I think it's going to be another at least week or two, maybe more than 2. We've got to. What we're waiting for now, I went ahead and called Ted. I messaged Ted. Remember my handyman that, and he has a full-time job now. So I texted him and I said, "Do you still do any of your handyman stuff?" And he said, "Yeah, on the weekends that he's off." And I said, "Okay, do you do sheetrock?" And he came back and he says, "I have the lift and everything to do sheetrock." Because I said, "In the ceiling." I said, and he said, "I have the lift and everything to do it." He goes, "But I'm not a good tape and floater." I said, "Fine, perfect. We have a tape and floater." Buddy and Steph are great tape and floaters. I can tape. I'm not good at, well, I like a plaster look, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I love that look because it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you want that smooth wall, then yeah, because my walls, these walls right here in this whole house, this wall behind Levi is sheetrock. But I put sheetrock, I built the wall, then I put OSB, so there would be a wood, real solid, solid wood product behind it. And then I put sheetrock. So I can nail anything into this wall, because at my old house before the fire, the walls were, I guess you would call it it wasn't a refined shiplap like you see in some of the homes, like Joanne goes in and tears off some sheetrock or she tears off something off the walls, and she finds this really pretty kind of 6-inch or 8-inch pieces of it wasn't. It was rough sawn. Some were 12, some were 18 walls, boards, and then later in life people put something else on top of it. It was never plaster. They didn't put anything on top of them, I guess, until some kind of paneling came along. And I didn't take that paneling down. I went over on top of that paneling with mud, but I did it with a trowel, and I did it like plaster looks. And because I love that look, it just makes me think of old cottages, like rock cottages. You know how they come in and they plaster over the rock. That's what it gave me, that feel. And I did it in this house too. I did it on this wall that was brand new, and I did it on all these walls that were paneling. This is paneling underneath all this mud, and I put it on in a plaster look, and I can do that, but I can't do that smooth. I don't think I'm patient enough. I just want to get it done. So anyway, I said that. So he was going to try to stop by yesterday evening and look at the size of the house and whatnot. But he also told me that he was headed to the hospital to drop his dad off. So I don't know what was going on with that situation. And so I said I would pray for his dad, and he said thank you, but I never heard from him again. So I don't, I ended up texting him in the middle of a day where he was going through something. And so I didn't bother him again. I'm just going to let him wait and see what's going on. Dad does have a quote from somebody. And then Walter, the builder of the house, said sometime this week he would bring a guy to look. So if Ted comes and can do it, and we have these quotes are coming from people that are going to do the sheetrock and mud and tape, but they're kind of high quotes. For us, even for Dad, it's kind of high quote. But Buddy and Steph at one time had said they would do the sheetrock. And Mom and Dad told them they would pay them to do the sheetrock what they would have to pay somebody else to do the sheetrock. But they said they didn't want to be paid. And then the talk started being about Mom and Dad wanting the wood walls in the main part of the house and only the bedrooms being sheetrocked or paneled, some kind of paneling or sheetrock. So we kind of stopped talking about it for a little bit. So now it's kind of back on the table. We got to start figuring out what we're going to do. And so for sure we need the ceiling done. So none of us have to do anything over our heads. And, you know, possibly maybe the bedrooms and the laundry room is all that has to be done. Because the main room walls, the kitchen, living room, dining, that big open area is going to be a wood, some type of wood to give Daddy that cottage, that cabin feel. I'm going to grab a 2x4 because my bed is only 6 foot, 8 foot if I put it down, but that's going to leave a lot of linoleum hanging over the tailgate. So if I get a board and we strap it all together, it won't let it droop. So I'm just going to grab a board real quick. Well, I did it again. We walked all around Home Depot and I videoed things and never showed you the linoleum. Now it's in the truck. I'm backed up here at the house because I can't get it. There's no way y'all can really see that. They put I guess because it was such a long roll, it's 15 foot of it. They put one of them tubes in there, but I also put that 2x4 down in that tube. Anyway. Hello, Miss Gandy. Let me check packages while I'm out here. Yes, baby. Hold on. Look at this lady. Molly. Hi, Ladybug. Did you have to hang out in that pond today? Hi, love. Did you have to hang out in the pond? I need to spray her. She don't want me to spray her, but she needs to be sprayed. Hey, I didn't see today in the pond. This is a big lady right here. Look at this. Molly, put your head up here so we can look at you. Hey, gorgeous. Hey. Molly doll. This is my Molly dolly. Oh, get behind the ear. Okay, you ready to eat? I'm gonna get them fed real quick. I'll see you in a second. Molly, go to your stall. Gimli, where are you? Gimli! Brother, where's your brother? Maybe he's already in there and I didn't see him. I threw them stuff. Now they're still sitting there begging. I mean, I wasn't scared he was gone. I was scared he went out back into the pasture. You're going to have to fly over. You flew in, fly over. Sam, don't eat that. Hi, love. Look at Sam's horn. Sam can't grow horns. Hi, love. Sam, let me get your hair. Sam, come here. Let me get your... Sam, I just want to touch your hair. Let me pull it out. Sam, let me pull your hair out. Isn't that ridiculous? All right. I'm waiting for him to come out of his room. He's got wind chill going. Wind chill. It's like it's not horror. It's like a scary movie, I guess. You could call it a scary movie. With Emily Blunt. Because he's at least got to watch Emily Blunt and something once a day. But I told him dinner was here. But I've got tea in there brewing. And look at all that. I got to clean off that counter. And wash about 6 glasses. He's been home today while me and Mom did our running. Then I got home and I wanted to take a nap. I took a little short cat nap. I really when I laid back in my chair and I turned off the light, so the ceiling fan was going, and I had this little fan right here blowing, and so I could barely hear the TV. It's just that nice, right at that mark where it's not too loud. It's the perfect volume for sleeping. And I flopped myself back and I put this blanket on over me and I threw my arms up over my head and I was just gonna take a good nap. And then my phone dinged, and then I think it dinged a couple of times, and then I heard the TV change. So I was just like, okay. So I sat up and I just went ahead and after one of the dings was like channel 26 Fox News weather, and so I checked it and it's like we're supposed to be having rain any minute. So then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna go get that truck moved under the carport and this, that, and the other. And I already told you I did all that, and I never did go to sleep. I never really took a nap. I think I took about a 10 or 15 minute cat nap, I guess. Anyway, but he's been home all day. So there was 2 glasses in the bathroom, 1 glass in his bedroom. There's 1 glass here. I can see up from probably Mom's yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to go in there and clean up a little bit, make the tea, call him in here again so we can eat. So I have me a nacho, what's it called? Nacho Bel Grande? The nachos. And I got an order of guac and chips. And he has a chicken quesadilla and a burrito. So I didn't get drinks because we can drink tea. Anyway, I love you guys. God bless y'all. And I will see y'all probably Tuesday. All right. Love y'all. God bless. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.